Were you aware of Miss Dingle's involvement with Mr. Macy at this time?
I don't know.
Did you see them together at all before the fire at Home Farm?
I don't know.
If you avoid a question you must know the answer to, Mr. Dingle, I can hold you in contempt.
I didn't see him before, no. But when he were on fire, I went up and there they were together.
And how were they behaving?
I can't remember much. I was just too busy thinking it was me that might have done it. They seemed close, like.
Why isn't he helping? He's had so many chances.
His most desperate...
Maybe it's too hard to forgive her.
Mr. Macy had formed a close relationship with Miss Dingle.
Yeah.
And to your knowledge, when did that relationship begin?
It was that day, Christmas Day.
Just a matter of hours before the fire?
Yeah.
Thank you. That is all.
How long did you work for Mr. Macy?
I reckon about 3 years.
Long enough to get a sense of the kind of person he was?
Yeah.
Was he an easy man to work for?
Not always.
Why not?
Well, he didn't like it if things weren't done his way.
So he was someone who knew his own mind.
Oh, yeah.
Did he ever take advice from others?
Not from me. When it came to shoots and stuff.
So you wouldn't say he was the kind of person who could easily be taken advantage of?
No.
When his business started to fail, how did he react?
He wanted to fix it.
He didn't just give up?
Not at first. He was always in office. I'd find him sleeping at his desk some mornings if I came in early.
You've already told us that you didn't see Mr. Macy and Miss Dingle together before Christmas Day. Did Miss Dingle ever come up to Home Farm looking for Mr. Macy? Or did Mr. Macy ever mention to you going to meet Miss Dingle somewhere else?
Not that I can remember.
So, if it was Miss Dingle's plan from start to finish, as Mr. Macy mentions in his confession, and there was no other contact, well, she must have planned the whole thing in a matter of hours.
My lord, I believe my learned friend is straying from his line of questioning.
Can we avoid conjecture, Mr. Kachecha?
Even at his lowest ebb, his most desperate hour, do you believe Declan Macy was the kind of person who could be pushed and cajoled into committing such a serious crime?
I can't listen to this.
Mr. Dingle, could he have been pushed into committing this crime?
No. He was depressed, but there's no way charity could have made him do all that. The DVD, it was a lie. He was setting her up. She didn't have anything to do with it.
No further questions, my lord.
My lord, I'd like to request time to confer with my colleague for a few moments.
Yes.
You had me going for a minute there.
It was hard. You okay?
I am now.
You did good, Sammy. He lied through his teeth. Rachel deserved the truth.
Shut up. He doesn't answer to you.
I'd like to begin with another transcript from Declan Macy's confession. Charity said we could plant evidence to suggest Sam started the fire. Once he was in the frame, she put pressure on his fiancée to take the blame. Rachel had a child by Jay, and Charity wanted to get her revenge. Well, that's quite a damning account, wouldn't you say?
Wade did always like the sound of his own voice.
Did Rachel Breckle have a child with your former husband, Jay Sharma?
Yes.
And did that bring about the end of your marriage?
Yeah, eventually.
Your grudge against her was no secret then?
Well, I'd moved on to Declan by then. I'd forgotten Jay existed.
You moved on to Declan because he was an easy target?
I think my learned friend needs a reminder of conjecture himself, my lord.
Mr. Asquith.
My lord. You moved on to Declan because?
Because I fancied him. And he had a big house.
Were you aware of his money troubles?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone was.
Did he ever ask you to help him out financially?
No.
Did you ever offer to, or offer him any advice?
No.
Did he ever mention how much the property was insured for?
No.
You were in a relationship with a man who had lost his house and his business, and yet he never mentioned the insurance claim to you?
He mentioned the claim, but I had no idea it was fraudulent, not then.
So he did mention it eventually?
Yes.
When?
In Kilbeck Woods, when I was on my knees begging for my life. That's when he confessed everything to me. I had no idea what he was doing till that point. And I would never have married him if I'd known that. I mean, me and Rachel, we weren't exactly best mates, but I couldn't have stood by and let him do that to her. She was my cousin's future wife, and he was heartbroken. I thought Declan was a good person. You know, a dad for my son, a husband who loved me. And he turned out to be none of those things. He killed his nephew right in front of me. And he dug my grave and tried to force me into it. He was a monster.